this moment of opportunity. Head down, run, in. Face move, one to run through. One and up, face move, one to run through. One and up, face move, one to run through. One and up, face move, one to run through. I have a confession to make. When I wrote the lyrics to this song, I'd only been to 2 art galleries. I've been to the Tate and I've been to the Pompidou. That was it. It was not a fair assessment of the art galleries of Europe. So I feel obliged now to update it and give you a more detailed example. I could do every art gallery, but there's a strict curfew. So, I'm doing one. My favourite artist in the world is Van Gogh. Your favourite too, coming down. Give me a hand. It's Van Gogh. Sorry. Thank you. In Amsterdam, Van Gogh has his own museum. It's amazing. And the first time our brut played in Amsterdam, I went straight to the Van Gogh Museum. I went to the front door and I said, how much is it to get in? Expecting it to be free. It wasn't free. It was 13 euros. That's a lot of money. That's like 100 tons. 13 euros. I live in Berlin now. For 13 euros, you can get 13 bottles of wine. You can get 26 nice bottles of beer. You can get 52 not very nice bottles of beer. So 13 euros, that's a lot of money. But I don't care, I love Van Gogh. I paid my 30 euros. And I went in, straight into the museum. And the first thing I saw was a very famous painting of some sunflowers. And as I looked at that painting, dude, man, I'm like 30 years old now. I can't rock out at every painting I see. And I told you, 13 euros is a lot of money. But I know what I'm like. So to tire myself out, I ran up and down the stairs of the Van Gogh Museum and ended up on the roof. Well, not the roof, the floor before the roof. I was on the roof for a bit, but I came down. There's no paintings on the roof of the Van Gogh Museum. On the top floor, the end of a corridor, I saw another very famous painting. A painting of some crows. It was in Doctor Who. You might have seen it from Doctor Who. And as I looked at this very famous, apparently he went mad as he painted it. That's not true. He went mad just after it. But as I looked at this painting, I 13 euros. 26 bottles of wine, 50, it's a lot of stuff. So I grabbed, there was a security guard by the painter. I said to him, look, I'm from London where galleries are free. Show me something special. He said, okay. And he looked around and he opened up the painting of crows. And behind the painting of the crows, the famous painting, there was a lift. We got in the lift, and he pressed the down button on the left. We went down in the lift. Come with me. We went down. We went down, down, and down. We went down in the lift. We went all the way down. Down, down, down in the lift. And there, awesome. And there, underneath the streets of Amsterdam, we saw another very famous painting. As I said earlier, Van Gogh knew Doctor Who. So, he turned to him. The painting I saw under the Amsterdam Van Gogh Museum in the streets, the painting was of tonight, was of this very evening. It was of downtown's 5th anniversary. I was amazed. You were there, you were there, you were there, you weren't there. You weren't there. People standing up, you weren't there. You weren't in that painting, unfortunately. You missed out, man. You weren't in that painting. And as I looked deep at the painting of this evening, I looked deep into it. The security guard patted me on the shoulder and he said to me, Eddie Harris, you've improvised yourself into a corner, haven't you? And I said to the security guard, no, I haven't. And he said to me, Eddie, you know I'm not real. You know I'm just a story. And I suddenly realised I had improvised myself into a corner. And the only way to get out of that corner was to get to my feet and rock the fuck out. No. Because you asked to get up, I'm staying down for another round of the music. The security guard told me to, the imaginary security guard. He said, no, Eddie! Fuck it, rock out! It's amazing, just stand up!